So I'm getting ready to quilt this tree quilt. I've got it all basted and pinned. I'm using, let's see, it's a linen background. I got a Mountain Mist, I think it's a poly batting. Yeah, poly batting. And just a solid background fabric. And over here, trying not to show you all the junk that's in my bedroom and the mess that's over here on my sewing machine and for my little sewing machine. Isn't that awful? Whew, what a mess. Anyway, it needs cleaned up, but I'm too busy having fun to do that. Over here, I was getting ready to set up for free motion quilting, and I thought I would, let's see, I don't know that I can focus in the middle of making a video. Can you do that? I have no idea. Anyway, thought I'd clean out my sewing machine, and even though I usually use poly thread, it still gets a lot of lint over here. See all that fuzz on that blue painter's tape? I pulled that out of the sewing machine. You don't want to blow in it with one of those cans of air. You just want to use your little brush or a Q-tip, but try not to poke it down in any farther. Just pull it out. And I thought, since I had this, oh, well, some of you people might not know, if you have a drop-in bobbin case like this part comes out. This is what we're talking about when we say we want a different bobbin case for free motion quilting. Some machines have them. Sometimes you fiddle with the tension, which is this tiny little, oh, you can't see it. It's a tiny little, let's see. It focuses better here, but it's too far away to see it. There's a little screw there you tighten or loosen, not the silver screw, the black screw, which you can't see in this video. There it is. Ooh, ooh, see it? That's it right there on the edge. That's the screw you tighten or loosen. But really, most of the times, you don't need to fiddle with your tension in your bobbin. I'll say that again, you don't need to fiddle with the tension of your bobbin unless you're using a very light thread or a very dark thread, and I mean weight, not color. You don't need to fiddle with your bobbin tension. You want to fiddle with your top tension. Alright, now that I'm going to get ready to put this stitch plate back in, this is what I was using. And this stitch plate has a wide hole for the needle to go through right here. And that's for using your zigzag, your decorative stitches. But I'm going to put this plate on. This is my straight stitch plate. And you'll know I have this little post-it note stuck to it. It says straight stitch plate on. I pull my post-it note off. I stick it over here. Remove some dust right here to cover up where all of my stitches are. You have to use those buttons to choose my stitches, and those go for not only those stitches but all of these stitches on this Janome 6600 and alphabet stitches. But to change them, I have to use these buttons. So I put my straight stitch plate on, post-it note on top of there, because once I put this straight stitch plate on, it has a smaller hole on it for my needle right here. And one thing I don't particularly care about in these Janomes is it's not a true straight stitch plate. On a true straight stitch plate, it would just be a single individual little hole for your needle. This one has a bit of a wide hole. I'm just going to put that back on, and just thought I'd show you that since I had it open. One thing I found is I tend to lose my little cover. This is the cover that goes in for your drop-in bobbin. There's only one cover for the two stitch plates. So when I go to put back in my other stitch plate and I can't find this cover, and I swear, and I ask the kids where it is, have they been messing with my sewing machine, I'll eventually remember that it's still in this stitch plate. So put that in. We got a couple of screws. They go in here. One thing I have learned about the newer machines that they've got out, at least Genomi's. I don't know about other machines. They've got new ways of attaching these stitch plates that are a lot faster. The Horizon, the first generation Horizon machine, had just a lever that would change the hole from a slot for your zigzag to a narrow hole for straight stitch. And I'm not sure if people liked it or not, but the next go around, when they came out with the next round of machines, they had a lever on there that would just pop this whole plate up, and you could pull it out and put a straight stitch plate in without using any tools or a little screwdriver. And if I go to another machine, I'll be looking for that feature because it's nice when you go back and forth. Now you can see there's a smaller hole there for my stitches, for my needle to go in. I said this video, I didn't set it up to do macro, is not going to go closer for me without getting blurry. When you free motion quilt, the smaller the hole is for your needle to go in, the less likely you are to push more of your backing back in there, and also it just holds your quilt a little more firmly for your needle to enter. It also helps keep needle deflection from happening. When your needle deflects, it moves from its path where it's supposed to be, and that can cause skip stitches. Your sewing machine is precisely timed so your needle is at a particular place and that bobbin thread goes around. And if it is not, that's one of the reasons it causes skip stitches. So again, that small hole stitch plate is wonderful. Remembering to clean out all the gunk in your bobbin case is wonderful. And just free motion quilting is wonderful. I can't wait to get started on this new project. And this is Amy from Amy's Free Motion Quilting Adventures, signing off. Bye-bye.